Well, hello, friend, and welcome back to Ursula's Farmhouse. Tonight, I have just been thumbing through an old cookbook of mine. My mother-in-law gave it to me years ago. This was 1998 when she gave me this. Their church had made this wonderful cookbook, and it's warped and everything. All the pages have been just really used and used and used. Well, tonight I'm gonna make y'all the party ham sandwiches, and it's by my cousin Kelly. And we're gonna go ahead and get started right now. So it calls for 2 cups of ham, and I think Kelly always used the shaved ham, and you can ask a butcher to shave your ham, you know, like at the supermarket, wherever you shop. But I really and truly love to get boar's head, and I found some in the cooler at Publix this week. It's called Maple Honey Ham by Boar's Head. So we're going to be using, we're going to be using the boar's head tonight. And it also calls for mozzarella cheese, but you can use whatever kind of cheese you want, and really you can use whatever ham you want. I'm just going to use the boar's head white American cheese. And so let's go on and begin. And I'm going to put the camera over here so y'all can see everything. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I've melted a little bit of butter in the microwave. It's a little less than half of a stick. I'm not going to do a whole recipe of these sandwiches tonight, but I will post the recipe for you. The whole recipe has the 24 King's Hawaiian rolls, and I'm going to probably use about 1/3 of these. So I'm doing about 1/3 of the recipe. So I'm using a little bit less than a half stick of real butter. And then I'm going to use some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to use a little bit less than a tablespoon. All right, that's going to give it some good zest. And we're going to use the, it calls for yellow mustard, but I really like the Dijon. So you can use the yellow mustard if you want, or the Dijon, whichever mustard you really like. And it calls for 4 tablespoons. I'm going to do about 2. And this is the sauce that goes on the rolls, and it makes it so good, y'all. It's very rich and buttery. All right, so it's kind of like a nice little sauce. And it says to melt the butter and then put mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and poppy seed into the butter. So we need to do 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds. I'm only going to do a half tablespoon. And I had to really look because I don't use these much very often, but poppy seeds is kind of an odd ingredient, but it really makes these sandwiches pop. Makes them really pretty, and it makes them look really fancy, y'all. All right, so we've got our sauce made. And now what we're going to do is we're going to open up the rolls. And I'm only going to use part of the package. I'm not going to use 24 rolls. I think I'll use maybe 8. Well, I think I'll go on and use like half of them, not just 8. I'll use 12. Okay. And what we need to do is to cut these lengthwise. So we're going to cut the rolls lengthwise. make sure you use a bread knife with a serrated edge. And my family really likes these rolls. I've made them a couple of times for them when we've had, like, I don't know, maybe Super Bowl games and stuff. But they're gonna miss out on these tonight because I really didn't invite anybody. It's just gonna be me and Bob eating these tonight. Let's use a basting brush. So I'm going to do the tops and the bottoms, the inside of the tops and the bottoms. Man, this looks so good already. And I'm getting hungry. It's almost 8 o'clock and we haven't had dinner yet. So I am really getting off to a late start tonight. We had a long day. I drove my tractor and cut the pasture and ran some errands this afternoon. It's just been a busy day. And today's Labor Day. I hope you had a nice day off, whatever you decided to do. Hope you were able to do that. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the ham. And I'm using the Boar's Head Maple Honey Ham. I'm going to have to slice this into small pieces. I'm going to give each little sandwich 2 thin slices. I think that'll be good. And I'm using American cheese. You can use whatever cheese you like. Let's do 2 slices of cheese per sandwich. All right, and I'm gonna have a little piece. Gracie, you want a little bit? Delicious, y'all. All right, so the next step is we've already done the ham and we've done the cheese. Now we're gonna place the tops of the rolls back on and cover with foil. And I think these are going to be better served warm, but you know, you could meal prep these like on the weekend and have them in kids' lunches. That would be great. So you could eat them cold or warm, but I think probably they would be better, you know, warmed in the air fryer for maybe a minute or 2. All right, so let me put some foil on those and we'll be good to go. I've got my oven heated up on 350. I'm not going to tightly cover those, just lightly. We're going to let those go. Let's see how long. 10 minutes it says, or until cheese has melted. Okay, I'll let you know how they are when they come out of the oven because we're going to eat one in just a little while.